Hi, it's Sally from our Christmas Autism Girl. Welcome back to my channel. So in this video, I called this video the Sunday Couple because it's on Zed and Addison from Disney Zombies. So first of all, they're my third favorite couple on TV, and I'm going to be talking about why. And so spoiler warning, because I'll be talking about moments in the movies. So now zombies, it's a little strange because like they don't really seem like traditional zombies, but they call it zombies. So anyway, so Zed is a zombie who wants to be a football player, and he wears this thing called the C band, which like controls his tendencies. So he wants zombies to be accepted, but he doesn't really accept himself as who he is. He thinks he has to change himself in order to fit in and to be accepted. Zed is a teenage human girl with white hair who wears a blonde wig to fit in, becomes cheerleader, and she feels like an outsider. So that's who they are. So I'm going to talk about their best moments. So there are going to be 6 moments we're going to talk about. So first, in the end of the first movie, they say, "I love you" in zombie tongue. And then that's number 6. Number 5 is when she stands up for him in the first movie. When she says, when he's being hauled away and all the crowd have turned against him because he was sabotaged, she stands up for him and says, "You did this to him. You failed and feel like he had to change himself, but you didn't have a problem making him play your stupid games." And she sings a song and then takes off her blonde wig. So number 4, we have the first kiss from Zombies 2. So it's been they attempt to kiss a couple times, and then they're in the first movie and in the second movie. At the end of the second movie, during the song, they finally kiss, and you're like, thank goodness, after they make up. Number 3, we have Someday. So Someday is their duet, which is why I called it the Someday Couple. Multiple renditions of this duet. So there's the first one, and there's the ballad. Then you have the reprise from the second movie, and then you have the whole cast singing Someday in the third movie. Very great song. It's actually my number 1 if you look at my Working Zombies songs. So anyway, Someday is a great duet between them. They're singing about how maybe we'll be able to be together someday and be together in public. So they call them Someday. So number 2 is their best moment is I love you. They say I love you. Finally, in Zombies 3, when they're saying goodbye, they say I love you. So number 1, the best Zed and Addison moment is when they try to kiss the first time, but when after they sing the Someday ballad, her piece of her real white hair comes and he looks at it and examines it and says, "It's beautiful. You're beautiful." Such a sweet moment between them. And then they're about to kiss, and of course they're interrupted, just like they are every single time they try to kiss. So, yeah. Next we'll talk about the story of their relationship, which seems weird I didn't do that first, but it makes sense in my head. I didn't want to talk about their best moments last, because then it might repeat itself with the story. So Zombies 1 is where they meet. Well, first they're singing a song, and then he sees her and oh, that girl looks good, and he's fascinated by her because he says that you caught from the moment we met, when I first saw you, you caught my eye. So they meet in the safe room where they talk about being cheerleader, wanting to be a cheerleader, and wanting to be a football player. And she said he's a zombie. She punches him in the face. And then she goes, "You're not hideous at all." And so then they kind of seem like they're connecting. But then after cheerleading tryouts. They're supposed to do this initiation where they egg one of the houses, and he thinks she's a cheerleader, terrible cheerleader. So it seems like it's not going so well. But then she comes to apologize to him, and then they go to the pep rally, and he saves her. Then they sing Someday, so they basically become forbidden lovers. And then because her cousin doesn't want her to be with him, and neither does anyone else, but mostly her cousin Bucky. So she has to sneak, and so she sneaks over to Zombie Town, and then they dance, and then they sing Someday Ballad, where they do what I mentioned, where they attempt to kiss, and then he sees her real hair, and then later she gets in trouble with her parents, so what he does is he messes with his Z-band to make himself look more human. So he takes her on a date where she squeals. Then later, when he's trying to play the last game, he is sabotaged, and she stands up for him. They change things, and they say, I love you inside. So that's basically a summary of their relationship in Zombies 1. So in Zombies 2, it opens with them writing letters to each other, attempting to write letters to each other. They get sabotaged by the assistant cheerleaders, the ACs. They want to go to prom together, but they can't because their new anti-monster law has been reenacted because of their new werewolves. So he tries to be president of school to change this, but then they fight because he thinks things are being so easy for the werewolves, and she's like, I always felt like an outsider. You should have understood that. And so they sing this duet, Gotta Find Where I Belong. It's a good duet. So, and then after this, he goes to try to apologize to her, but then she sneaks off with the werewolves, and they think she's the great alpha meant to be a leader of the werewolves. And she puts on this necklace to become a werewolf and that fun stuff, but he steals it and loses the election because it sabotages his Z-band that contains it. So once she finds out, she is angry because she wants to be a werewolf. She thinks he sabotaged her chances. So then he and the other zombies, werewolves, and after that they crash prom, they make up, sing Someday Reprise, and then they kiss at the end. So then in Zombies 3, he's trying to get into college to be with her. He tells her when she thinks she might be an alien, but it doesn't look like she is. He tells her she's a leader. No one has to feel like, everyone feels like they belong because of you. Something like that. When she's about to leave with aliens, he tries to go with her, but he can't. And they say, I love you. And then they're reunited. So I like this couple because it's different than a lot of the other couples I like, because it's like friends to lovers. There's not friends to lovers or enemies to lovers. It's not really a slow burn either, but they're my number 3 because they're just what they represent. They represent breaking barriers and redefining stereotypes and loving despite your flaws and finding where you belong. It's just really cool. I like what their relationship represents, so that's why they're my number 3. So yeah, that's it for this video. If you enjoyed this video, please like, comment, subscribe, do all that fun stuff. Send me an email in the description below. See you later. Bye.